I'm John.
And I'm Eli.
And you're watching Screen Obscura.
And today we're back talking about everyone's new obsession, the new film Obsession, directed by
Curry Barker, and starring Inde Navarette and, what's his name? Michael Jackson? Inde Navarette and Michael Johnston. And so this is a horror movie about relationships and obsessions, and I'm sure you've heard all about it. We've been hearing about it a lot over the last couple weeks. It's been out for about 2 weeks now. We haven't gotten around to it because we've been setting this up. I didn't think too much of this movie until I saw all the ratings coming out, and I had a couple friends that saw it and they said it was very, very good. I thought to myself, how could a movie about a crazy girlfriend be that good? But, you know, the meme came to life. The psycho ex-girlfriend, psycho girlfriend.
Psycho current girlfriend, yeah.
The psycho current girlfriend, wish, supernatural wish happened. And I was genuinely pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like when the trailer came out, I don't even remember what we went to go see when the trailer came out, but I remember like seeing, I don't know if it was a teaser or it was something, and I just remember thinking like, wow, this looks kind of dumb. Like it was very nothing innovative. Plus it's fucking Blumhouse, so I was just like, I'm not really interested in this.
It looked like a throwaway horror movie.
Yeah, it looked like they had extra like tax write-off. Like
Another Passenger.
But pleasant surprise, like usual, kind of like a good syphilis diagnosis. It wasn't that bad. The general public was really raving about this film. They were talking about how great it's doing at the box office. This is what, the second week now that's been out?
Yes.
And it's still packed. It was packed. I was touching nipples with everyone in the theater.
Yeah. Full theater. People leaning all over you, and they're spilling into my seat because they're so fat. And you know what? It was actually a good theater experience, thankfully.
Yeah, we even like looked at each other before the movie started. We're like, oh, we haven't had this in a while. I think the last time we had something like that was what, like Sinners? Nosferatu was pretty poppin' too when we went to go see, but that was opening weekend.
You know what was poppin' was, what was that movie that we went to see? The audio one.
Undertone.
Yeah. That one was poppin'.
Fucking popping pills, the audience members.
Okay. So for Obsession, we were busting our asses to go see this movie, even though we went to see a movie last night, because we really just wanted to see this movie before we got spoiled. Unfortunately, you got spoiled.
Yeah, first and foremost, we're going to lead with that. I unfortunately knew how this movie ended. It was pretty clear what the movie was about because the trailer is really face value.
Right.
I will say, this is not really a spoiler. What you see in the film is kind of what you get in the trailer. It's obviously just expanded and it has more layers to it, but it's not really any twists or anything. It's kind of what you see is what you get. But I unfortunately knew how it ended because people on TikTok just can't shut the fuck up, and I'm also really popular on Reddit. So
pathetic.
Okay.
Pathetic.
Defend.
Yeah, so I was not spoiled on anything, thankfully. Man, I can't remember the last time I was actually freaked out in the theater. And again, it was not, I was like, it's a hot girl, Inde Navarette. Like, how is she scared? I have a heart condition. But every horror movie that I've ever seen in the theater, I think up until this day, I've been able to watch no problem. This movie, I felt the blood pressure going to my brain and out my head because I was tense the entire movie, even during the calm moments. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because of the masterful way, what's his name, Curry Barker, behind the camera. He directed, edited, and wrote the movie. And when I saw that, I just looked up on Wikipedia. I'm just stunned at the fact that the guy can do all three and have it all work together so well. Mm-hmm. There is some cliches in this movie, but the way it was twisted around really took you by surprise. And I really appreciated that. I also appreciate the low budget of this movie and the fact that the micro, facial movements on the characters' faces sell all of the acting by virtually everybody, except maybe his tall big friend, Ian. Yeah.
He was just a random Adam Sandler cast member.
Yeah, he was okay. He was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? She's crazy. You know, it was whatever.
Just a stereotypical, side character, comic relief friend.
Inde Navarette scared the shit out of me in a way that I was not ready for. I keep saying this, and I just mentioned this in the Passenger review. Use the full frame of the camera in your horror movies. And that's exactly what this movie did. It did everything I wanted it to do. I can't remember the last time a movie did it like this since Hereditary. And I love Hereditary. The entire frame is used to instill horror in you in the audience. There isn't always there isn't always something happening, but it's also just laying still on a closed door or something like that. It's just fucking eerie. And the sound design was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Better than Undertone, and that was all about sound.
Everything what you said to a T. Like, I really do think that this was kind of like the perfect film experience. It was the perfect idea of what a thrilling film should be in modern age. Great use of editing, great use of sound, great use of cuts. Everything's great. Circling back to Inde Navarette. I don't know if that was CGI. I don't know if that was special effects, practical effects. The facial expressions on this actress are insane. I've never seen her in anything, but I do think that she has potential to make it pretty far. And then this film is funny. This film is scary. It's spooky. It's thrilling. Fuck, man. It was just, it was good. It was good.
It was a dark psychological horror romance that you would think would never work on paper, but like we kind of seen this like, ooh, like a girl's obsessed or a guy's obsessed and they're stalking, you know, their ex or some shit.
Yeah.
But there was a small supernatural element to it, but it was all just carried by the acting by Inde and Michael, and it was so believable that was the real horror, was just the humans. There didn't need to be supernatural elements. Sometimes it's just the craziness of humans that is the scary part, and that's what this movie really got across, and it makes me want to be single forever.
Out of 5, what do you give this film?
Okay. It's the best horror movie I've seen in a very, very long time, because I think it hits on everything. Usually I'm a gore whore, and this movie didn't have that much gore, but when it was there, it was very good. I can't remember a movie making me feel like that in the theater.
Not even Sinners or Ryan Coogler?
No, not even fucking close. Not even close. Nothing. I don't think it was perfect. I think there were some things, like some of the pacing was a little slow in some spots, but like, when I say, like, I never checked my phone, I never felt the need to check my phone or anything, but some scenes were slower than others, and that's gonna happen in most movies. A 4.5. I was considering it 5, in the sense where I'm gonna be measuring I'm gonna be measuring all the horror movies that I see from this point forward, certainly this year, to this movie. Like, I hope Evil Dead's good. I really hope, you know, what are other Scary Movie 5? I really hope there's other horror movies this year that are just as good, if not better. And considering the budget, this is all just carried by the acting by the two main leads. And I think Blumhouse needs to do more of this, which is take risks on small projects like this. And the use of, I forgot to mention the use of the lighting. Oh my god, the silhouette shots are divine. Like, if I was to make a horror movie, I would want it to be something like this. What do you think?
So this is the thing. You keep calling it a horror movie. I don't think this is a horror movie. I think this fell more into the lines of a dark supernatural thriller. I think that it was a dark comedy for sure. I didn't get horror from the film. That is maybe the issue, because everyone's like, oh my god, it's so fucking scary. And it was spooky. Don't get me wrong. There was parts where I jumped and I came. But I just feel like the word horror being placed on it, maybe as like a sub-genre, I understand. I really do think that this was more of like a supernatural thriller and a dark fantasy, in my opinion. On that note, though, everything you said about the cinematography, the lighting, the editing, the sound, spot on. I fully agree with you. I'm gonna kill my cat on fucking camera. Like, what's that guy, Luca Magnotta? To circle back to my rating of it, though, I think maybe I definitely nitpicked it a little bit more than you did. I think I viewed it more from a micro perspective instead of a macro. I think you were really good at appreciating it for what it was. I'm just very pretentious. I give this film a 3.75. And the reason why is because I feel like it began to be a dead horse a lot. I feel like the characters start to fall off a lot, except for the two main. And I just feel like it took me out. Granted, it's a fantasy. I just call it a fantasy. I just feel like it took me out of the reality of the situation. And I will talk about that more in spoilers. On that note, though, I think it's definitely going to be a huge catalyst in how specifically this conglomerate of genres are. Films in the future are going to be like they're definitely going to be referencing how this film was made.
Right.
And I don't just mean that about the plot. I mean that about like how it was executed. I think we're going to say a lot of copycats.
Yes. Yeah.
For sure, a lot of copycats. It's Blumhouse. I think there's going to be a lot of sequels as well.
No, they can't do a sequel to this.
Oh, believe me, they will find a way to make
can't.
it obsession, possession, obsession.
Rejection.
It's directed by Screen Obscura. On that note, to talk a little bit more about the plot. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. He makes a simple wish on a one wish willow for a girl that he's been in love with for the last 7 years to be so much more in love with him that she can't stand it, basically.
A little supernatural element to it.
It was just a fun little. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know if it's demonic. We don't know if it is from fucking space. We don't know what it is. Long story short, he just finds a wishbone. He makes the wish, and then she goes fucking feral for the cow. Like seriously, she goes feral. And granted, it's fucked up. It's not consensual.
It's hilarious.
She's
like no means yes to her.
It's true. It is true from that perspective, but also it's not consensual. She's having an out-of-body experience, but I love that they were able to ping-pong it, that she has moments where she's herself again, and you don't really realize what she's doing. You just feel like she's like under like a trance, which she is. Yeah. But you don't realize like the little like side smirks and the tweaking. That's because that's the character's name is Nikki. That's the inner Nikki coming out. Yeah. And she's not really fighting it, but she's like numb.
I think at first she was fighting it a lot more than she was towards the end. Yeah. Because she kind of gave up. Mm-hmm. There was that sequence where she was sleeping and she was saying, "Just kill me, just kill me." We don't know if it was her. Yeah. Right? But maybe it was. Yeah. And I think that is the horror, is that you don't know. The fear of not knowing. That's true. The fear of the unknown. Yeah. And like things like that just stick with me as a viewer. And I would actually say all the sequences of the scares and the thrills were different. They weren't all the same. I understand what you mean by it was kind of beating a dead horse. Mm-hmm. But I did feel the escalation throughout the entire movie. Mm-hmm. So we have this very small cast of a group of 4 friends. There's some drama between all of them. So Sarah likes Bear, and Ian was fucking Nikki, apparently.
Bear likes Nikki.
Bear likes Nikki, makes the wish to fuck her. And then, like, you find out, like, there's a little bit of, like, a...
Love triangle.
Love fucking square. Love fucking pentagram.
Pentagram is crazy.
between the 4 of them.
Yeah.
And as the movie progresses, Nikki just gets even more fucked up, and to the point where she's beating her own face. Now, I don't know if it's like she's trying to fight whatever's possessing her and she's trying to knock herself out of it. Right? That's how I interpreted it. Right. And that was her kind of like cracking. Mm-hmm. And so I do think the characters reacted a little weird because they're just like, oh, she just did that. Bring her to the ER and then nothing's wrong. Like, I was like, okay. There's also the party sequence where she was frowning. She pulls the chair.
But that is a comedic dark comedy part.
That's what I wanted to go into.
It's literally like, oh, they're playing, what is it, like Truth or Dare or something? It's like, oh, kiss the person to your left, and the person to Bear's left is Sarah, and then Nikki just becomes like a demon, and she just very like slowly like walks behind her, pulls her fucking chair away, and then squats beside him, and she's like trying to make out with him. Yeah. That was hilarious. I was laughing in the theater. I didn't laugh really throughout the rest of the film. I did laugh at that part. And I was the only one laughing, but anyways.
People were laughing at the uncomfortability from the creepiness of the characters. That unease and that defense mechanism of laughing really, especially with a full theater, also enhanced the experience a lot for me, I think. Mm-hmm. And I'm, for once, I'm actually glad that we had a full theater. Yeah. And so, like, there's a lot of good dark comedy moments in this too, which made it even more enjoyable. It tried to get your guard down, and then it would jump scare you, and the jump scares were effective. They were good. They weren't all bullshit, like Passenger.
Okay, this fucking film.
Let this movie be a lesson to all the big studios that you don't need 1,000 jump scares or cheap ass fucking bullshit supernatural shit to be in your movie to make it scary.
Or bullshit CGI AI gay guy.
So I know the ending was spoiled for you, but how do you feel about the ending, seeing it?
I think that having it spoiled ruined everything for me. But it's fucked. The film ends basically, and this was kind of took me out of it as well, why my rating was low. It's how he calls it the 1-800 contact number located on the wishbone. That obviously is like a running funny gag where it's like some random guy answers and he's just like, oh, hey man, you have to kill yourself if you like want the wish to break, which I thought was funny for what it was, but I also thought, I was like, okay, come on. Like,
but you also thought it was a cop out?
Yeah, I was like, exactly, it was a cop out.
Sure.
However, at the end, he just decides to take him up on that offer, and he's like, I'll just fucking kill myself because Nick has already killed half the town over him. Waking up after being in basically like a catatonic state where you're just watching your life through a windshield when you have no control over your body to a hell chaos that you didn't even cause, but that you were the culprit of.
Yep.
I don't know, it's like...
That's horror.
That's
horror.
That's sexy. If I had a wish, I would wish for them panties to go
for you to wear?
No!
I'm John.
For the cat. I'm Eli.
And you're watching Screen Obscura.
And I don't fucking know. We haven't done this in a while. We're trying to figure it out again.